Well, in valor, there is hope. It's a motto and a philosophy that Fresno County deputies have given their lives for. And for those men and women, they will be honored and memorialized with the Sheriff's Memorial Project, which broke ground in May. So here now with more on the memorial and how you can help is retired Fresno County Sheriff Margaret Mims. So thanks for being here. It's been a few years. We were talking about what you were doing in retirement, and sort of this is it, helping this project get underway and get off the ground. So tell us about the Sheriff's Memorial and sort of what the project is all about.
So in my retirement, I'm just happy to be able to help make this happen. It's been a vision for quite some time. Several years ago, the Sheriff's Sergeants Association came to me when I was still in office, and they said, Sheriff, we want to do something meaningful. We want to do something, and the idea was to build a Sheriff's Office memorial at the site of our new substation, which is on Armstrong, just north of Belmont.
Okay.
And they really had a great plan put together. They had a vision that was clear, easy to understand, and they made it easy to say, yes, we need to make this happen.
Yes, we have some of the renderings of it, and we have sort of a video of what the finished product is going to look like. And it seems very sort of impactful, and it seems like it just sort of facilitates a little bit of reflection and sort of looking in on yourself. What's the significance of building something like this?
Most importantly, number one is to not forget those who gave their lives for the citizens of Fresno County and protecting them. And this particular memorial is for not just peace officers, it's for our correctional officers. Also, we've lost 2 in the line of duty. And they are not peace officers. It could be a dispatcher, it could be somebody working in our lobby. This memorial will be for anyone that gives their life. And what the families tell me, because I lost several deputies and correctional officers when I was in office, they always say the same thing: please don't forget them.
Yeah.
And this is a promise kept. Making this happen, it is a place of reflection. It is a place of introspection, but it's also a place of dedication and remembrance.
It's so important because, you know, you make a choice to be a deputy, or you make a choice to be a first responder, and you make that choice knowing that this is a possible outcome, you know, and you get your family behind you and they support you. And so I think that having a place to go remember that is pretty important. But I know that you guys are looking for some support and sort of rallying the troops to help get this off the ground. How can the community sort of feel like they're a part of it and help support the memorial?
Sure. One thing, we have such great community support, and as sheriff, I recognize that, and I tried to pass that down to the people working in the sheriff's office who may not see that every day, just to pass on the support of the community that we do have. And I was asked a lot, how can we help out the sheriff's office? Well, this is a way they can help out. So the community is encouraged to help us make this memorial a reality by donating to the memorial. FresnoSheriffMemorial.org. If you go on that website, you can click on the donate button and help us make this happen. Now, we did break ground, so we're able to have the funds to be able to get started with the project. In addition to the memorial, we're also starting a heritage center, so that inside the substation, the public can go and see what the sheriff's office does. They can see what we're about. They can learn about our history, such a rich history of tradition and public service. School children can go. They can visit kiosks that will be inside the substation. They might be asked to solve a crime. So they'll be able to go to a kiosk, get clues, and as they go through, it will lead them to the answer in solving a crime.
What a fun idea.
Yeah, so it will hopefully encourage young people to consider becoming involved in law enforcement as a career when they get older. So it's got several purposes.
Yeah, and I was looking at the website for the memorial, and you've got pictures of fallen deputies, I mean, all the way back in 50, 100 years, which I think is really cool. And the way that we sort of make meaning as humans is we listen to stories, and I think those stories are really impactful for people who think about going into law enforcement. One of the things that I think is the coolest part of this is that you're creating an endowment for families of these fallen officers and people that have lost their lives in the line of duty. How is that part going to work?
So when we have an employee that is killed, the families are not only suffering the loss, but they've lost a wage earner. They've lost maybe their their sole support in their family. And so there are going to be needs that need to be met right away. It could be a mortgage payment. It could be someone to deliver food. Could be having their lawn mowed. It could be anything. But there's definitely financial burdens on these families. And so an endowment has been established as well. We're ready to go right now. If it happens, heaven forbid, we've got a part of that funded, but it's ongoing.
Yeah.
And so part of the donations also can be targeted to the endowment.
I think it's also, it's great for the public to see what kind of choices people make when they go into law enforcement, but I think it's really good for officers too, and for deputies and people that work there, to see that the community helped build this. And you might see horrible things when you respond to calls every day, but there are people who want to support you and who want to remember everything that you chose to do. So we will have all the information if you feel a calling, if you want to donate, we'll put all of the information online. Retired Sheriff Mims, everyone. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And stick with us. We're on location at Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa. We learn about their latest skincare tech after this.